Hey there folks, this is Avi at Avi Plays Fortnite, here to bring you another short video. The topic of this video is going to be the easiest way to farm brute scales from early on in the game. As you can kind of maybe tell, I am not early game here, but this is an expert mode world, and definitely one of the things you want to get going as soon as you can are, besides Klombo runes, are brute scales. And why do we need brute scales? Because we need them for gem cutters, and we need gem cutters to cut gems, and we need gems to make all kinds of weapons and tools to be more durable and do more damage. We also need brute scales for the epic level health charm. There's probably some other things I'm really not aware of or not remembering. If you guys remember any other craftables that use brute scales, feel free to leave a comment below. But the strategy here is simple: is you want to find a ledge that you can shoot off of that they can't get to you from. I've seen videos where people talk about going into caves in the Lost Isles. I can't do that. I'm just not skilled enough. So I've actually got two locations I've scouted out. And in your map, in your world, this is going to kind of be your homework that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to find these locations by paying attention to where brutes are spawned at when you go across. And if you can identify any useful land masses that you can use. Remember, unless you want to, play that kind of game where will they or won't they run up and bum rush me and punch me and take me out in one shot. If you don't want to play that, then you want to do what I'm doing here. I'm going to go to this mesa here just to my left. Here is a bonus tip on gliding and landing quickly, is that the game deploys your initial glider, the one you have no control over, based upon how high you are off of the floor or the ground below you. So when you have something like this, you want to aim at the lowest point in the area and then veer over at the last second onto what you want to land on. Then your glider will deploy and you'll only take a couple seconds to land instead of taking a minute. But here we have found a storm wild brute. I believe this is a desert, dry desert biome brute. This location I have gotten both desert and grasslands brute from. Now, I've had issues where sometimes a brute will get stuck behind a bush and will still be in range to spit their stink balls at me. If that happens, you may just want to run away. You can block those. You can block their ranged attacks with your shield. It will block. But bear in mind, if you're planning on going that route, you have to have a shield that's going to stand up and last and not break after 3 blasts. In the same vein, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough arrows. You can expect to spend 50 to 60 arrows, maybe even up to 70. It depends on your aim and the damage level of your weapon. If you're using something like a, let's say a stone crossbow or a copper crossbow, and you don't have durability 3 on it, you need to make sure that you have enough life on your crossbow to get through that, or you're gonna be, up a creek without a paddle. So again, these take about 50 or 60 shots. This guy's in a good location now. I'm just seeing his elbow, really. Not seeing it very well through the haze there. But I think with any luck and a few more shots, we'll have this guy down. So, and luckily, we're not cold enough that it's doing any damage. Actually, haven't seen that outside of frost caves to actually do damage from the cold. I think we're almost there, guys. How many more? So, and to revisit again, the way I found these was just kind of going around the map and finding locations where I found brutes very often. And hopefully, you want to start your villages in areas that are close to all the different biomes, and you want to find again, like these flatlers, you want this type of shelter. Now I'll show you right after this my other location, which is even closer to my base camp village. It includes a geological formation that, for lack of better words, I would call an inside-out cave. For OG players, they will remember that certain resources like marble and knotroot used to only be available inside of caves where you may have to fight skeletons. Back then we didn't have amber inside caves. Amber used to be up on these mesas instead of the obsidian. But now we have obsidian up here, and the amber is exclusively found in caves or in chests, or other drops. So I'm just going to take care of a few of these bad guys up here, and we'll head over to our other location. But again, they've created these sort of plateaus or mesas around the grasslands map that have knotroot and marble on them, which again used to only be inside caves. So again, I kind of refer to them as an inside-out cave, because I really don't know what else to call it, to be honest. So this is close enough to my base camp that I can go ahead and take the bus to there, and we're just going to be going down to this blue mountain marker that I put on the map right there. So we'll go ahead and mark that. It's not far. And if we're lucky, hopefully we'll find a brute here as well. I've got my Frostland village really close to my base camp, which is in the grasslands. So here's what we're aiming for, is this here. You want something that they can't climb up. You don't want them to be able to go up a hill. Brutes are not as smart as bears. Bears have a lot better pathfinding. Oh, there we go. There we got one. So this guy's going to be a little bit of a pain and you-know-what to fight. So here in a second, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video through this so you don't have to watch the whole dang thing. I'm trying my best to keep these videos under 10 minutes for watchability. I think a lot of times when things get up to like 16, 18 minutes, I start wondering, do I really have time to do this? You know, I should be doing something else instead of a 9-minute video. It's not a problem. So I thought we should be sped up at this point. Oh, there we go. I was a little bit delayed on my mark there, but, you know. And again, you know, sometimes they can reach you with their ranged attack. You want to make sure that you are ready to pull that shield up. I'll take this guy down. Again, it's like another 50-60 shots. Now, one of the things I should mention is the crossbow that I am using right now is not ideal for getting brute scales. What you want for like these type of rare items, you want to put luck 3 on it. And that's going to require you to go to the Lost Isles and get Klombo rune tones in order to get that. But with luck 3 on your crossbow, you'll find, or at least I have found, that about half of the time they'll drop 2 brute scales instead of just 1. In the case where it's a Frostlands or a Dry Desert brute, it will drop 2 regular brute scales and like only 1 of the regional. So like I'll get like 1 Dry Valley or Dry Desert brute scale and 2 of the regular, or 1 Frostlands brute scale and 2 of the regular. So, you know, going back to what is ideal here, you know, there's a lot of different ways to do your loadout. There's a lot of different opinions on what to put on these. But I think what I would say is a good one for this, I'm not going to use any of these. Luck 3, that's a main one you want. You also always want to have durability 3, and it's a good idea to have damage 3. There we go, there's that one. Let's keep rolling. We gotta use up some of this essence anyway. No. No, Lifesteal 3 is not bad. That's more for like dungeon crawling, though. Not for fighting big bosses like this. Durability 3 is a must. And rifting it, if you get to that point, is a good idea after you have almost expended it to breaking. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put Zapping 3 on here to make it kind of useful for fighting like skeletons and other things. So, you know, this is just my preferred loadout in terms of enchantments, but Luck 3 will really help you get those brute scales faster, from my experience. If you guys have different opinions on which runes you should use, have preferences or favorites, feel free to comment below. If you haven't already, don't forget to like this video if you like the content. Subscribe if you'd like to, if you'd like to get more content like this in the future. You know, I hope this helps. You know, but I mean, this is the way that works for me. I cannot go into a cave and throw up a wall and then build stairs over it without getting killed, unfortunately. So the stuff in the Lost Isles caves don't work for me. Maybe it works for you. But with that, I'm going to draw this to a close and say Avi out. Peace.